Alrighty guys, welcome back. Here we are just about to jump into our next game for today. It is of course NRD, No Real Danger, that are going to be taking on BTI for this quarterfinal here on Cliff. And I'm actually pretty excited about this one. We've just seen BTI, very strong display on Himmelsdorf there against the Kiwis of NZRD, I want to say, something like that. And here they're going to be doing it up against NRD. So we know from experience as well, NRD, a very experienced team. And it should be a fairly good battle. So let's go ahead and jump in game now. We have got the tank picks underway and completed already. I'm going to be rolling out with the guys from NRD this time. And with 15 seconds left on the board here, let's have a quick run through of their tanks for Cliff. So NRD have one AMX 5100, two IS3s, one T32, one RU251, one T49 and an AMX 12T. So they've got a fairly heavy kind of oriented lineup there. You know, they've only got the RU251 in terms of tier 8 lights. They've got the T49, so the T49 as well. So 2 tier 8 lights, 4 heavies, interesting, very interesting there. In the meantime, on the other side, it looks like BTI, again, going a little bit heavier than we're used to seeing on Cliff. 2 IS3s, that Russian big tier 8 heavy, 1 AMX 1390 and 3 T54s, 1 T37 for their kind of scout / tier 6 annoyance tank as well. So let's go ahead and roll out with them and take a look at where they are headed. So early on, it's looking like everyone is beelining towards the hill as per usual, and it's actually going to be a Death of Rats there that's going to be getting up on top. So let's go ahead and switch to him, see if he can manage to get a shot out with that big derp cannon that the T49 possesses. So right now though, it's not looking like it's some shots actually coming into him. Oh, and he does get one. It only does 200 or so towards that T37. Could have been a lot more, but still a pretty fair effort there from Death of Rats, who does actually get hit once coming up the hill. He should be fine now though, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh no, another hit actually goes right onto him. 325 damage just like that. So he's dropped down to below 50% HP right there. Not looking too good. In the meantime, we have all of the other guys from NRD just waiting at the moment, waiting at the back. We've got the T32 here, using a bit of cover. And let's take a look. Yeah, it should be fairly, a little bit tricky to hit that T32's frontal armor there. Of course, with the T32, always want to get yourself in towards those hull down positions like Wilso is doing there. Really use the heavy frontal turret armor to your advantage. In the meantime, though, we've just seen Reaperman 92 take out the tier 6 on the other side there of NRD. So it's going to be the first kill of this match so far. Looking fairly good for BTI right now. It just feels as though they have a little bit more control with all of that mobility in their lineup. And actually, just taking a look at this extravagance, that's not good. He's ammo racked in the IS3, so ooh, that is really gonna hurt NRD's kind of damage potential. Mind you, as I say that, look at that. He just set one of them on fire, and he's ricocheting some shots as well. So that's actually exactly what Extravagance needs to be doing there, which is great to see. So right now though, he's going to be trying for a bit of a side scrape again on towards those T54s. So let's flick over to the T54s, see what they're seeing. They're actually not going to be poking out again at the moment. So, oh, that was 163 damage that whoever that was did not need to take there. So looks like they're going to be moving out, so maybe we might be seeing a 1 push, and I think that's actually a pretty good move here from BTI. They know that NRD are hunkered down, they're hull down, they've got their less mobile tier, less mobile heavy tanks of tier 8. So some shots going to be coming across right there. Doesn't look like any hitting. BTI just trying to land a couple from the looks of things, but NRD not too phased. We can see there, BTI though, they've got this AMX 1390 up on the hill, and we can see Wilso there in his T32. Now he's taking some damage. He's in a little bit of trouble. 54% HP already, and will make that 31% as he takes another hit from somewhere else. So we can see here Nathaniel up on the top of the hill with that AMX 1390. Very hard to hit. The AMX has a very low profile. So it's a good tank for this sort of work, as Wilso's still just getting peppered over there. But it's looking like right now the IS3s here going to be trading some shots. Death of Rats actually goes down, and I don't think he managed to make much of an impact before he did. So it's going to be Arrow here with his IS3 looking up towards the hill. And right now the first tier 8 to fall is on NRD's side. So looking good for BTI early on. And NRD right here. Really, it is certainly looking a little bit dangerous. They do have 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, so what NRD could be doing, they could try and play for time. 2 minutes is maybe enough time, although that's not what BTI are going to let them do, because BTI are going to be pushing through with their IS3s just like that. Extravagance goes down. Only got one shot off before he did. Ferox Draken, though, probably going to be able to take out this IS3 in one more shot here with his RU251. And let's take a look at this, see whether he can. Yes, he does. So that's going to be freaking going down there. Ferox Draken running around trying to flex the blows as the base cap is on the 1 flag in the meantime. So let's take a look, see here if Ferox Draken is able to take out this T54 LT. Oh, lucky that that did not track him, but we've got an IS3 behind him. It's just about to have a shot. Yes, there we go. So that is only 2 tanks left of the tier 8 for NRD left alive. TKRR and Wilso. TKRR has just gone down, and it's looking like BTI going to be taking this one out. Well fought there by NRD, it really was, but BTI just used their light tanks to their advantage. You know, they flanked around towards the 1 flag, they caught out Wilso. You know, it was really hard for the rest of them to position, and they just clamped down from there. So let's take a look at the team score now over on the NRD side first up. 1.3k damage for both Extravagance and Ferox Draken there in the IS3 and RU251 respectively. Over on the other side, though, 2.5 thousand for BTI's Arrows. So very impressive amount of damage there coming out of that IS3. T54 LT, their Reaper Man, did some work as well with 1.5k damage. So overall, looking pretty good for the BTI guys. Of course, we are going to be jumping in towards the second half of this best of 3 here. Right after this, going to jump off to a quick break, and right after this, bring you all of the action between BTI and NRD. Game 3. Don't go anywhere.
Yes!
Okay guys, welcome back. Here we are just about to jump in towards the next half of this match here. This best of three between NRD and BTI, and thanks in chat, Hades, for clarifying that. It's actually HMNZ that I got wrong there, so that played last match. So right now though, 17 seconds left before we find out whether NRD can draw this one out to a third game in this best of three, or whether BTI, now on the defending side, can close it off. And it's looking like we're seeing a little bit of a different lineup this time from NRD. They've taken out the IS-3s, gone with some RU-251s, some T-54 LTs, AMX 1390, and that T-32 as well. Interestingly enough, taking out the T-49, which we do quite often see on the attacking side. So it will be interesting to see how that turns out. Right now, though, it's looking like we're seeing, not a hill rush this time. So NRD actually just going straight for this kind of 1-2 line push down here, maybe up towards the center there. Okay, yeah. So that is very interesting. We'll have to see how that one works out early on, but it's looking like right now though, some shots coming out. That's going to be Death of Rats. Let's flick over to him. He's already getting some shots across over on towards the BTI guys there, and can see that T-37 poking him there as well. The IS-3 though manages to track him. Does actually repair the track. Okay, so just playing it safe there. Does use his repair kit though, so could have certainly come in handy a little bit later. Right now it's looking like BTI going to be pushing up right towards that mound there, the little hill, with all of their light tanks, with all of their T-54s and that T-37 there as well. So right now Death of Rats and Co. just going to be sitting actually just below this hill here, and not really doing too much at the moment, just maybe waiting or maybe trying to bait out BTI to push into them and attack then. But no, we've finally got some movement here on the NRD side. So they might be going around, trying to go around to the back of BTI here. So lots of movement in this battle. This is very hard to pick for either team, because BTI actually don't have a scout around here either. So BTI are effectively at the moment blind to where the majority of NRD's force is. So that's got to be puzzling them a little bit there, and we can see them. Look, they're actually looking right down towards NRD's spawn, saying where are these guys? And oh wow, this is so they've effectively kind of done a complete swap around. Now it's BTI in the spot that NRD was just a moment ago, and NRD moving up towards where BTI were initially heading on the rollout. So looks like they've stopped now though. But now this is going to be interesting. This is where NRD could really grab it. They're going to be able to spot these tanks as they come across here, I'm sure. A little bit hard to actually get some shots across with all of this cover in the way, but it is going to be very valuable. We can see there the base cap of the first base has started, but NRD, they are in the perfect positions to defend it from. And Extravagance there, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Does get taken down early, and I think that little hill there has actually just shielded Ricky and Harata from all of the NRD tanks that are perched up there. And wow, NRD actually lose their first tier 8 as well. Was not expecting that. That's going to be Ferox Draken going down there, and lots of the NRD guys taking more shots. Obspec goes down to Harata. We can see TKRR finally puts one on the board for NRD, taking down the 1390 of BTI. It's reading 3 for 1 now in favour of BTI though. Let's take a look. Wilso going to be winning out, and in between him and Reaperman 92. So far NRD need to get some more tanks back on the board. Harata helps Ricky to finish off Wilso 2276 there, and we can see the T-54 LT pushing in fearlessly in towards the NRD lineup, I should say there. And Death of Rats dropped down to 8% HP. These BTI guys, they know how to shoot. They are on point today. Harata with 4 HP left finally gets taken down there by Marty Boy in the T-32. At the moment, it is actually a 3v2 with Marty Boy on 100% HP. So, they do still have to be careful. 4v2, but with 3 tier 8s left on the BTI side. They still do have to be careful here, but Oh, it's looking like with it, yeah, 2 full HP IS-3s, it's not going to work out for NRD, unfortunately. Marty Boy does manage to take down the T-37, but with only 25% hit points left, there we go. One shot from the IS-3 is enough to finish him off. TKR there is actually set on fire. Look at that. And Ricky does the business. So when it's all said and done, 4 for 7, BTI take out this quarterfinal 2-4-0. In the matches. So let's go ahead and take a look now at the battle results. We can see up the top there for NRD, you know, Death of Rats. Look at that. He did a fantastic job in the T54 LT there, dealing over 2,000 damage. Marty Boy as well, 1.1k, fair amount in his T32. And BTI there, over on their side, had, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members over the 1,000 mark. So got to be pretty happy with that one as well. So it's looking like at the moment what we will be doing after that match is heading off. And I think next up we have the semi-finals starting. So I'm not exactly sure who we're going to be covering in the semi-finals, but we'll have to check out the brackets, see what will be the best match, and jump into it. For now though, guys, going to be heading off to a short little break, bring you the semi-finals of ESL Asia Go4WoT Cup number 7 right after this.